Good morning, everyone. Okay, so let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, so we discussed in the last session the importance of AI tools, and if you want to create any presentation, generally how much time it takes, and then we understood with the help of AI tools, we can complete that with less time. And also for the developer related, many IDEs now it is coming with directly AI enabled options so that we can directly give the prompt and then prompt itself, it will write the code. So here, if you observe, prompting techniques are more important, right? The prompting techniques more important because if you are good with prompting and then you can write the code, you can even build the website, even you can generate the video, right? Everything. And we also discussed the types of AI, right? So we covered that types of AI. Let me create a new file here. So we discussed the types of AI. So anyone tell me here, three different types, what we covered in the last session? Just text me here in the chat. The different types of AI. What is the first one? No. Gamma is one tool. I'm not asking about gamma. I'm asking about what are the different types of AIs available. So we discussed that in detail. Yes or no? Anyone? So we discussed these types of AI here. There are three different types. Okay, Manasa is about to join the call. LinkedIn WhatsApp. Okay, what happened? Let me just check. Okay, fine. Just give me 1 minute. She's trying to join. She has some issues while joining. Okay, so this is what we discussed in the last session. The types of AI means it's not gamma, or it's not kind of like, Gemini, those things. It's not agentic AI again. So we covered the types of AI, narrow AI and AGI, that's a artificial general intelligence, and then super AI, which is ASI. So there are three types: narrow AI, agentic. It's not agentic, it's AGI, means artificial general intelligence. That is a general AI, we call it as, and super AI, which is ASI. So I hope you got this right. This is what I told. So last session we covered this. But what is the current market? Means the present market, the present day. What type of AI we are using? Anyone? Is it a AGI or a ASI or narrow AI? Narrow AI, right? So that is a weak AI, but narrow AI itself having again four different types. So that we will see today, and let's see this now. Okay. I hope this is clear, right? So let me just open in the narrow AI again. What are the different types of narrow AI available? So this is a simply we can say the modern AI capability framework. So there are four different types here. So the framework means like the current market. So the current days we are in now, the present I'm talking about. So the real world scenarios, how people are using. What is the capability, the current AI now? And where exactly AI is applied, how it applied. If you think about this framework is not for traditional textbook AI classification. So we're just understanding here what exactly narrow AI is currently doing, right? And you just only focus on this here. Now, if you just check the 4 AI capability layer. So the first one is generative AI. So the generative AI means we are using ChatGPT. It comes under generative AI. So it is for creation, produces new content from text, images, audio to video. So this all simply we call it as a Gen AI, generative AI. So we will actually discuss more about in detail the difference between AI, generative AI, and what is ML, deep learning, these all things, some basic idea in the next coming sessions. But we are trying to understand here. I told that we are using narrow AI in the current market. That means the current days. In that, what exactly we are using, how AI is working, right? So there are 4 AI capability layers. So this is a modern AI capabilities. So which we simply call it as Gen AI, that is the creation purpose we use. Agentic AI we use for actions. So the specific task you want, like you want to perform a specific task and execute that workflow. Let's say, for example, now we have a lot of agentic AI, already a lot of agents available. Best example for your understanding, let's say if you take Perplexity Comet browser. So the Perplexity Comet browser, it's a AI browser, like how we are using Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, the similar way. Now everyone started implementing AI browsers. Why AI browsers? It comes with AI features in the browser itself. But can we do that using Chrome, Google Chrome? Yes, I told in the last before session itself. You can use plugins. Like for example, I just added one plugin to reply the post, to reply the email, to reply even YouTube videos. Tell me what plugin I added in the Chrome. Anyone? What was that? Anyone here? One plugin I have added. Exactly, Merlin, right? That is a just plugin. So if you are using traditional browsers like Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox like that, we should find out the plugins and then we should add it every time based on your requirements. But the AI browser, it is not required to add these plugins. It has all the capabilities and all the features. For example, now if you are using Perplexity Comet, you can use that browser itself as an agent. So which means, let's say, for example, I want to book a flight ticket from Hyderabad to Dubai. You just provide the prompt in that Comet browser. We will discuss with practically in the coming sessions. So we can actually simply write this saying, I'm planning to travel from Hyderabad to Dubai. And let's say I'm trying to travel 20th February. And then you provide that, verify all the best prices, all the flights, and then what is the cheapest price. And then you provide your name and your email ID and your, let's say if you have passport number and visa number, whatever it is, everything, the details, or maybe international, if you think like that, maybe domestic, let's take Hyderabad to Goa. And then you provide that all the details, name, and then phone number, email ID. And then when you are planning, let's say 20th Feb, and then provide the date and ask that verify the best, cheapest price. and then compare it and then just try to book the flight. So you are just giving the prompt and then it will verify all the flights on that particular day and it will directly open the payment gateway. Whatever the third party, like maybe it may be like Make My Trip or Booking.com, whatever it is, less price, which third party website providing, it will open that, including everything, it filled all the details, it will directly go to the payment gateway. So you just need to pay, that's it. So it is just like a agent, means it is just doing one action here. Or let's say if you integrate with your email and you want to just check today's all the meetings, you just ask one prompt, verify my email and then give me what is the important meeting. And then it will just check the calendar and then it will give you, okay, this is the important meeting today and these are the other schedules. So that is actually what one particular task you are doing it. That is perform tasks and executes workflow autonomously. So that is a agentic AI. But if you want to build this agentic AI, so I already told you should aware of a lot of things. So that is completely different course. Okay. So which means how you need to understand for that completely coding, Python and then LangChain and then Gen AI you need to know, and then you can go to the agentic AI. But here we are understanding the current narrow AI itself, the different types, generative AI, and second one is agentic AI. And third one, predictive AI. So it will take a decision. So tell me one example where exactly the predictive AI we use. So where we use the predictions. So this is something forecasts outcomes using historical data patterns based on existing data, and then we will actually predict the next thing, right? Where exactly we use this? Yeah, one is weather, and then other one. Any other example? Yeah, share market. You can predict it, right? So the next 3 months or 6 months or maybe next 1 year, how the gold rate will be. You can predict that. And how the company shares profit analysis, you can just predict it. And how the real estate will be the next 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year, and next 5 years if I invest now. So these are our predictions. So the AI, it helps for that decisions, like predictive AI, we call it as. And then systemic AI. So the systemic AI is nothing but it's like a coordination. Like it will automatically integrate the tools and it will process that data and then it organize that. It's like a automation kind of thing. So if you see here in detail about this one by one, so the Gen AI, the first one. So these are the creative engine. We can say this Gen AI is nothing but it's a creative engine. Now, if you see what exactly the core capabilities here, content creation, we are using some tools like this. ChatGPT, Gemini already available, these tools. And a video script generation, there are a lot of tools, but I provided here something like Descript. But there are a lot of other tools in the market. You can use Haze and Hedra, even Grok. There are a lot of other tools. And you see the visual assets, like there are some tools again, Midjourney, Dali, audio voice, and then 11 labs like that. We have a TTS maker. There are other tools as well. And if you want to design curriculum, so that is again with combination Notion and ChatGPT can use. But these are generating, right? So we are generating the text, we are generating the videos, we are generating the audio, we are generating the content. So that is simply Gen AI, generative AI. And you see, there are a lot of tools for this already available. And same way, agentic AI, if you see, So this is something, one particular action, how it will do, right? So most of the times we do automation using agentic AI. Like we have a Zapier, we have a N8N, we have a Make. So these are our automation tools. So if you know N8N, the complete workflow you can automate. Just for simple example, let's say I want to just read every 1 hour all my emails and then check all the emails. Maybe some you need to provide some important thing, whatever it comes, then automatically like reply that email. Or maybe every day, one particular time, I want to just post LinkedIn one post automatically. I don't want to write anything. I want to directly post it. So that is possible with automation. But I'm saying simple way, even for non-technical people can understand this, right? So that's the reason. But there are a lot of things in real time with this automation. So the complete workflow automation. So end-to-end automation, people are doing this. We'll understand that, okay, but this is not actually the agentic AI batch, but I'm just giving the idea how agents are working now. If you see the assistants like ChatGPT, so you can build a lot of chatbots and you can see the different intelligence virtual assistants now, right? So you can see for example, if you want to work with something like, either training institute kind of thing. So you can see auto replies nowadays like chatbots. So that is the virtual assistants we can see. And data and memory. So this is what I told like LangChain, Llama. So with the Python modules, we can implement this. And then customer engagement. You can see the customer engagement again directly, like, the AI itself, we are connecting nowadays, like maybe even, for example, the banking calls and all. So now if you have a EMI, so we are getting default, like, the voice bots, it is calling and then it's just giving the idea. So even now, for example, if you're planning to purchase a vehicle or something, planning to purchase any real estate like flat or villa kind of thing. If you book something, if you apply somewhere, like, maybe if you fill the details and all, automatically we are getting some calls. And then it will ask like, okay, are you looking for something 2 BHK, 3 BHK? What is your budget? So everything it is actually what directly it is collecting the data. No one is actually interacting there, right? So automatically the voice bots, it is collecting the data and then it's just creating the reports. So this is some kind of agent again, we can say. And sales, you can see a lot of in the sales again, as just we discussed, Auto GPT, we have Browse AI. There are a lot of tools again for that. And analysis insights, again, there are a lot of tools. So these all are AI tools. Okay, we have a Dust AI, Crew AI for generate actionable business intelligence. So AI assistants, you can see here 24/7 intelligence support. And you can see the business in automation, customer support, sales automation, everything now possible with agentic AI. And coming to the next one here. So this is a predictive AI feature intelligence. We just understood that, okay. So like sales forecasting for one specific company, or audience insights, or expectation for revenue for next 3 months or like that. So right, that is a predictive. You can see business forecasting, marketing optimization, content plannings, risk detection. These are all the things we can do it. And the last one here, this is a systemic AI, the intelligent nervous system, we call it as. So this is kind of different things. Like here we use knowledge engine. We have a Notion AI. Security layer you can use. Data insights, automation core. So automation core we already covered in the agentic AI itself. But here also it comes that Zapier AI and Make and all. Operations, you can see operations brain, customer experiences you can collect. So this all it is possible with systemic AI. But every area it is focusing almost all the areas. So this is something like one umbrella. If you take just like umbrella narrow AI, under that, these are the core pillars now, right? Systemic AI, and we can see this predictive AI, and then agentic AI and generative AI. So this is a overview about this. So what is the current market, the current trend people are using, where exactly we are using. So if you see, so this is a popular quote everywhere. So artificial intelligence won't take your job, but the person who knows how to use it will. You guys agree with me or no? So if you think like a lot of jobs nowadays, like we know, especially not only software industry, you just go and check every industry now. People started implementing AI. So the agents itself, like maybe 10 people tasks, it may complete with one agent. So here we will actually discuss again this thing, like, we have a fear like every time if you see, for example, when the calculator introduced, everyone thought that every job's having problem. But calculator, it created multiple jobs. When the computer introduced, like, 90s kids aware of it. So the internet era. So when internet and the computer set, when it introduced, especially like everyone thought that, okay, every job has issue. Means like maybe like manual things, like for example, if you take bank, everything manual. But with the help of this, all the computers, it created many jobs. Everywhere, you just see everywhere, every decade, it actually coming new technologies. And then technologies, of course, there are two things. One, if someone knows the technology, they are getting the jobs. If they're not able to upgrade, they're losing the jobs. Let's say, for example, the banking employee, if they say that, okay, I don't want to learn the computer, I go still manually. I'll write everything in manual book. No one accept that. You should learn. Now, same thing it is happening. So if you are still thinking that, okay, I don't want to go that AI related, I will go only just traditional computer things, whatever I currently use, it will not work very soon, right? So it's already started, but it will not work. So you should upgrade it. But everything, everywhere, it is creating a new jobs. If you just see the past history itself, we're not talking about today. If you just check last 15, 20 years, how the job market created for every time whenever if new product it introduced or new technology it introduced. Same thing now also it will happen. So with the help of AI, it will generate a many new job sources. For example, prompt engineering itself, if we take the prompt engineering, like we should aware of it, how to train these missions, how we can provide the exact prompt, how we can write this particular application or whatever, like you need to communicate, right? So that prompting techniques you should provide. So machine is not directly taking the prompt and then doing it. So there are some resources required for that who knows already prompting techniques. The similar way everywhere. So the people are more required. But if you're not aware of that technology, it will be difficult. So hope you got my point, right? So it's not about like, just focusing on losing the jobs, and then how you can build the technology and how you can learn the technology and how you can jump into the specific field is more important. Okay, now I'll just give you one simple idea. See this. In general, wherever we attend any interviews, everyone asks that, tell me about yourself. It's maybe very simple thing, But nowadays, the expectation is like this. Tell me about yourself if someone asks. So the traditional days, we just explain, okay, what you did means like your name and then from where you came and then education and then your experience, blah, 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 right? But the tradition changed now. So people are expecting that some PPF formula. So PPF, something like this. What you did in past. So that is just now I told, like, let's say, for example, even if you applied a job as a fresher, and then you should explore that maybe like if you are pursuing a BTech final year or you completed that BTech. So I completed my BTech in CSC or maybe in CSC with AI and DS, whatever the degree, right? So that is something like a past it comes. Like you can just explore if you are working as a some specific platform, you can explore that past experience what you have. And then if you have some achievements and if you faced some challenges and how you actually did that challenges means how you faced it and then what was the solution. But not more explore things, but just very short summary. So that is a past. And then the other P is nothing but, okay, present. So generally the rule is like this. First starts with present and next P is past and then F is nothing but future. So which means we should first start with what currently you are doing and what you did in past, what you are going to do in future. So let's say currently, let's say I'm working as a something like AI coach. What was the past experience? You should tell that I delivered this many trainings and then, you know, this month, this many students I have. Just I'm giving very, very basic idea, but we will see now how we can build this. And then future. So what is your future mission or maybe vision? So maybe next 5 years, I have a plan to explore that. I want to share my knowledge 1 million people, especially rural. So something you can just add means we have a present and then past and future. You can also give this like a elevator pitch because people are now don't have time. So instead of exploring about yourself in detail, like 10, 15 minutes, you can maybe just give that first initially like 2 minutes time like that. So anyone has idea elevator pitch here? Just type me in the chat box. Elevator pitch. Akin. Okay. How about others? Okay, if you are not aware, just type N. N. Okay. So I see only 3 responses, but how about others? You guys should respond so that I'll get idea whether you know or not aware of it. No. Okay. Say this elevator pitch, it created multiple startups. Simply we can say that. So means like, now see, understand this. Let's say for example, you attended one event, okay? You attended one event, maybe assume that is a some maybe wedding event or whatever, some event you attended. But that event, assume it's there on 16th floor or 15th floor. And the same event, some VIPs also came. Let's say you attended that event in Mumbai or maybe in Hyderabad, and the same event, Reliance Ambani also came. Okay. So now, generally, we don't get any appointment with that VVIPs. It is difficult to get the appointment, but luckily, we got an opportunity. We attended the same event, but there also, it's a like we have a problem to connect with them, right? But luckily, like when once the event completed, the while returning back, you both are in the same lift. Are you understanding my point? You both are on the same lift, in the same lift, and then from 16th floor to ground floor, how much time it takes? Maybe maximum 2 or 3 minutes of time. So you have a product, you have a plan to start up a new company, or you have a product which is very good, maybe for future, and then you need a funding for that, and then you need to start explain that within a 2 minutes. Who are you? What is your product? How that product will be useful for the people. So within a just 2 minutes, that 16th floor to ground floor, the lift is coming, right? So within that 2 minutes, you should explain that either to get next appointment or to get directly the funding from the investors. So this is how the even lot of startup companies, they got funding with one simple elevator pitch. So elevator pitch is trending, especially for startups. So means like if they go to the meetups for startup meetups, and then some people, investors also comes, but they don't give the time. So maybe you have idea BNI, there are a lot of networks. Okay. So anyone aware of BNI? So they'll give 1 minute of time to talk. Not more than that. There will be some 150 to 100 people meetup, BNIs, and then they'll give 1 minute time. What is your product? So you should explore that in 1 minute about that product, and then if you can deliver okay about that product in 1 minute, what exactly it is, and then you may get a lot of leads from there. So the similar way, from the investors, you will get a lot of funding, but you need to explain that with 1 or 2 minutes what exactly it is. That is called elevator pitch. So elevator pitch is very short and then simple, and then should reach them what exactly you are, right? Now, for example, see here, I'm simply asking, what is elevator pitch? And then see who got benefited, okay, with this. Now, I'm just asking, okay, maybe if someone already got benefited with this, let's see here. So this is the one of the simple concepts with massive real world impact. And you can see the elevator pitch is short, clear, passive introduction about who you are, what you do, and why it matters. So delivered in the time it takes to ride an elevator. So just about 30 to 60 seconds. Right? So there are a lot of things. Maybe like, you both are in the same flight, but maybe like, for example, our waiting area, you guys connected, but you have only less than 5 minutes time there. So how you can just tell your product? So that is more important. If someone important asks what you what do you do? So can answer confidently before the elevator reaches the next floor. So elevator reaches to the next floor. So the same thing I told, 16th floor to something ground floor, maybe fifth floor to ground floor, parking area. So you should have that content in your mind. You should have that information in your mind. So why it is called elevator? So you unexpectedly meet someone important, CEO, investor, recruiter. You have very limited time. You must make them interested enough to continue the conversation. So there are two choices now. Like maybe you will get appointment for next like communication, or maybe you'll get directly also sometimes. So who are, what problem you solve, how you solve it, outcome for the important. So this is how we provide the simple formula. So it is giving for me based on this my content. Okay, already it knows right about me. So it's just giving like this. But now you can see who gets benefit from elevator pitch. You can see working professionals like this, interviews, internal promotions, client discussions, leadership visibility, and trainers and coaches, webinars like YouTube intros kind of thing. Startups generally, this is the main thing I told. Investors, partners like customers, how they can get, and freelancing, students and freshers. You can see this all the things here. Now, if you ask here like who got some funding, okay, it is just giving my names and all, but tell me some startups or companies who got investment with this. Okay, I'm just asking like this. Very simple understanding. You try to understand what exactly I'm doing. I'm just using a regular ChatGPT, not doing anything. You see this here, Airbnb got funding like that only. So how many people are aware of Airbnb? Now people are not interested to go hotels. So people are interested to now go and stay like homestay kind of thing. So that is Airbnb, right? So people are willing to rent out space their homes like to strangers, and even homes they are giving it. Like if you have your home like flat or kind of thing in like cities and all or pilgrim areas, you can communicate Airbnb and then they'll provide the customers to stay. So travel related tourism spots and all, like it is now trending actually, right? People are not going just regular hotels now. Their mindset changed. So these people got funding with these elevator pitches. It is saying you can just search who all are got like this. And even Dropbox, initially Uber also elevator pitch, tap a button, get a ride. So this is just one slogan kind of thing. So that is some kind of elevator pitch. And you can see a lot of people have that. Jiroda, right? You can see Ola. So you have to find out that, okay, what is the importance of this and then how you can do it. Now, let's say I want to just create about myself, okay, some kind of elevator pitch in case if I want to go and tell someone like, if I have only 1 minute, or also you need to prepare some kind of 2 to 3 minutes of explanation about yourself. If you get some time, maybe in interviews, if someone asks, if you have time, and then maybe you can go with 2 to 3 minutes as well. So I'm using here ChatGPT again, and then I'm writing here, use PPF formula. So what is PPF? Maybe it will take some different thing. We need to provide that present, past, future. And I need a elevator pitch to introduce myself. Now you need to provide here what you are currently doing. And what is your past? You got any achievement, like, you did any achievement and you got some awards or something like it. You did some certifications. Let's say if you planned for something, like a interviews and all, or cloud interviews kind of thing. Maybe everyone did already some kind of certifications. So that is past. You can say, I have a AWS association certification, associate certificate, or Python certification, or something like that. Whatever the area you are in, you have to provide all the things in past. And then present. Present is, I just told, like what you are currently working, and then what you do, and then everything. And future, what is your mission or vision next 5 years? Just provide that. And then you need to type here everything. And then you can see that it will give you a very simple elevator pitch based on that. So now, as it knows about me, okay, let's see whether it gives. Means like, as it knows about me means I keep on using, right? We provide sometimes I did this, I got this achievement. And then this is my plan feature, and this is the current working I'm doing. So it maybe we search sometimes using this ChatGPT. So that's the reason I'm directly asking, but you should provide all the details, okay? Your name, and then what currently you're doing, and what you achieved, and then what is your future plan. Let's see now whether it will give directly or else we should provide. I'm just checking first. So it's saying nice framework choice, present past feature. Now we can see that it provided something PPF formula. So name and then DevOps Engineer AI Coach, currently helping professionals and beginners build real job ready skills in Python, DevOps, and GenAI. So since I provided all the information already, it knows about me, and then it is just giving exactly what currently I'm doing. And what is the past thing? You can see over the last 13 plus years worked in different things it provided, and also you can see 6,000 learners globally, students, including teams from level 5 organizations focusing practical automation, Linux cloud, and AI workload. It just mentioned that. Here, it just only provided experience. You can also ask, or you can also add achievements, certifications, and then any awards if you have, everything you can add. And the future, where I'm heading, it is just giving that going forward, my mission is to bring traditional IT and modern AI, building a scalable learning ecosystem that helps people upskill faster, earn better, and stay relevant in AI-driven tech world. So this is just a overview it provided. You can trim this if you want based on this, and then ultra short 15 to 20 seconds it provided this. So is it good or not? So if you use this type of formula, whenever if you introduce to someone, it's not just giving only what currently you're doing. So you should actually use this kind of thing. What is currently you're doing? What is your past experience? What are the achievements, awards you have, certifications you have? And what is your future goal? And then if you want something 1 to 2 minutes, then ask elevator pitch, or else just tell that I'm planning to introduction about myself for interview preparation using this present past feature style, and then you provide all the details and then ask. Hope you got this, right? Just text me here if you understood. Type Y, yes. Type Y here. So you tell me now, is this a good format or the regular style how you do is good? Which is good now? So this is what exactly now industries are expecting. So you should tell that what is your future goal also. Okay, it's not just what you did. You also explore what you are going to be in the next 5 years. So that the person will understand, okay, you have a future goal. So you have that vision, and everyone understand, since you have a vision, so you will get opportunities. I'm not talking about only interviews. I'm talking about everywhere, wherever you go. So you should have some future goal. So that you need to explore. Okay, so preparing the interviews and all, it is simple. But first thing, you need to just prepare first, introduce yourself. Tell me about yourself. If someone asks, then you should prepare this. This is mandatory for everyone, right? So your task, you just create this, and then if I think everyone on the WhatsApp group. So today task, you have to prepare about this using PPF formula. Maybe go with elevator pitch and then copy paste that from ChatGPT in our WhatsApp group. So that is the task today. Okay. Everyone should do this. And now let's say, for example, if you are planning to attend some interview. So what interview it is, let's say, okay, I'm just giving idea. See, we still not started actual tools, but I'm just giving very brief understanding. Everyone use ChatGPT. Everyone use some at least 2 to 3 AI tools. But we should know how we can use that. Like, see, this is no one actually aware of it. But we simply go every time and then the same old story we explore, like say same old thing, like tell me about yourself means like every time we go and tell the same thing. But it's not that, right? So since we have all the tools in our hand, we can just explore it and then check the trending now, what people are doing, current market, how the people are actually approaching. So that you should aware of it. So that's what I'm just giving the basic idea here. This is how now. Okay, now see, for example, if you are planning to attend any interview, assume that you have 2 years of experience, or maybe you are planning to attend interview, or you are planning to attend some, maybe you are planning to sell some product. Assume you are a real estate agent. And what customers you are looking. And you should first aware of it, the customer expectations, so that you can just use the chat GPT itself. You can identify everything. What, see, you need to write some checklist questions. Let's say, for example, you are planning to sell some real estate flat. So what are the customer expectations generally to buy a product, buy a flat or plot? So ask ChatGPT all these things and then prepare some checklist and be ready with that question answers. No confusion. So you should know about our company first. What is the real estate company you are working in? We should aware of it all end to end that. And many people not aware, generally like people, the agents, they don't even know the, let's say for example, if some customer asks, okay, permissions, how much percentage it takes for registration, or like how much time it takes for registration. So these all very basic things. They know about the product. They know about how to sell the product, means the specific plot, but they don't aware of it, the general knowledge, these all things. So then customer thinks, okay, this guy not aware anything. I don't want to buy it. So even if you are planning for to sell one particular real estate plot or anything, any product, so we should aware of it end to end, that about that product. Also, some general information out of that box. So some basic information you should know. Right. So the similar way, if you are planning for interview also, so if you are planning for 2 years of experience, some Python interview, so you should just first go and ask ChatGPT using one specific prompt. So this is a role-based prompting, we call it as. Okay. So what is the prompt? Role-based. So role-based prompting, we will discuss in detail about all the prompting techniques, but I'm only talking about role-based prompting at this moment. What is role-based prompting means? We use this act like, this is a role-based prompting. Act like a let's say, for example, you are preparing for Python 2 years experience. Act like a Python interviewer. Or how many years? 2 years experience Python interviewer. Or maybe act like a expert in Python, or act like expert in sales. Now see, for example, if you want to create image, don't just ask, create this image with this. But if you say that, act like a Oscar winning, Oscar award winner, cinematographer or photographer, and then you provide what you are expecting the image, and then just give that and then ask. You can see the difference, that image creation. So means you are expecting that if someone got Oscar award, how their skill is. So that role you are providing to the AI tool. Instead of just asking, let's say you have some health issue, maybe you have something fever, and then you are asking, what tablets can I use? It's not a doctor, okay. It also says that I'm not a doctor, but this is the suggestion. It will give like that. So you say that act like general doctor or act like a some specialist, and then ask that. Then you can see the difference. So this is a role-based prompting. Act like a lawyer. Act like a therapist. So act like you provide whatever politician, and then ask politician related speech if you are preparing. So it will act like that. Okay. So see, this is a role based. I'm saying now, see now I'll go to here. Just see this, how simple it is now. We no need any seniors help. We no need any, like, the even like some experts help now. Since we are in AI era, so means AI days. So everything possible with AI tools here. Now see, I'm going to the use voice, right? Voice mode. Just see this. I'm going to the voice mode. Just type here. Hey, I am planning to attend one Python interview. So I have 2 years of experience in Python, but I'm applying now level 5 company. Can you act like a Python interviewer and ask me 2 years relevant Python basic questions?
Absolutely. Let's get you warmed up. Imagine we're just starting the interview. First question. Can you explain what a Python dictionary is and give me an example of when you've used one in a project?
Okay, so Python dictionary it's a key and value pair. So which we generally use for like a JSON kind of file if I want to read that file, and then we can convert into dictionary. So let's say example I'm taking here, employee ID, employee name. So I want to use something employee name. I want to access that with employee ID. So it's a key and value pair. We can access the values based on the key. Is that correct?
Yes, that's spot on. You're describing a common practical use of dictionaries. Now let's build on that. Have you ever had to handle errors when accessing keys that might not exist in a dictionary? How did you approach that?
You saw this, right? So what else we need? Tell me. If you are preparing for interview, you just tell what field you are in. No matter whether you are a DevOps or cloud or AI engineer or some other tool expert, whatever it is, everything knows, right? Here, ChatGPT knows everything. Everything means that specific skills it has already, because it actually connected to the internet, and then every data it is reading. So it's a just data model, right? So it has all the data. Now, if you want to prepare something, you don't need any dependency here now. Only thing you should know how to use properly. You just go to this use voice mode, and then you start talking. But see, it's not general talk. You need to understand. You should actually use that role-based prompting. That is a more important. So role-based prompting we are using to act like. Let's say now, for example, okay, assume this. Okay, not technical like software related, and you are planning to attend some job, receptionist or whatever it is. Okay, you just imagine whatever the job it is in the world, and then go here. Just start. You have your mobile, you install ChatGPT, go to the voice mode, and then just ask, act like, what is the field? And then ask that. Anyone tried this as of now? Tell me here in the chat. If yes, just to type Y. No, right? So we know many people use ChatGPT. Tell me, since how long you are using ChatGPT? Maybe more than 2 years, but we still not aware of many options. See this. This is what I told. So it's not just you know we are daily using the tool, but how you are using is more important. How you are using is more important. Everything available, but are you really using based on your requirement? It's not just checking something like the basic information or something like that. So you should use properly to improve your productivity. So that's what exactly here we are learning. Yes or no? Just type MB if it is mind blowing. Just type MB. So, because see, if you know the prompting techniques and then how you can use properly these AI tools, it will be really useful. So I just explained only one example now, how to use, but there are different use cases. So we will actually, that's what I'm saying, we will learn one by one. One by one, we will understand. So the next weekend, we will start with the first prompting techniques, because if you see wherever I'm always highlighting that prompting techniques. Of course, we have a meta prompting. Meta prompting is nothing but if you are not aware of prompt, we can ask AI tool itself, I want to do this, I want to do this, and then give me the prompt for that. So it will give you prompt. Of course, it will give you the prompt. But even to provide a prompt, if you know some basic prompting technique, you can ask that, like, see now, for example, role-based we discussed. There is a persona-based. Let's say now, for example, I am preparing for some motivational speech. Now tell me, generally, who is the top motivational speaker in the entire world? I'm not talking in India, entire world. Maybe top one, two, three people. Tell me any one name. Maybe Tony Robbins. How many people are aware of Tony Robbins here? Maybe you're aware of it. Okay, I know. So let's say you are preparing for some motivational speech. Someone like school people invited you, and you are actually special guest or maybe chief guest, and then you need to talk to the students like some motivational points. Don't go with just a basic thing. Since you are a expert now, you have to just prepare. So now you can just ask like this, act like a Tony Robbins. See now, I'm not giving the role, I'm giving the person name exactly. So what it means? It means that I'm not asking act like a motivational speaker, because motivational speaker, like let's say for example, if you say that act like a 10 years of experience motivational speaker, and then it will combine all the things like as generally motivational speaker, how it will be, and then it will give the data. Of course, that is also you can use. But since I'm really good with one person, I really impress, like always I generally like, whenever if I watch the video or whenever if I listen the podcast, Tony Robbins, I feel like goosebumps, or I feel like, something like I impress, right? So I'll get some impress. Assume that. And then if you follow one person and if you feel that is good and if you want to deliver the same style, and then you can go and ask that, act like Tony Robbins. And then I am planning, or okay, so one school management invited me as a guest. Okay, I want to give them some motivational tips. Motivational tips or speech, okay, whatever it is. Now I am saying that here, act like Tony Robbins. Give me some motivation speech. Okay. So now if you see, so this is the toppest, like the world, like almost top 5 motivational speakers I'm taking, not like local. So Tony Robbins, you can just check. Okay. So now you can see, let's switch to Tony Robbins mode on. It started. The style of energy, the style of hook, introduction, everything it will give you now, that style. I can see first initially like it started with this Tony Robbins style. Good morning, respected teachers, parents, and my dear students. Let me ask you one powerful question. This guys always starts with questions. So the same formula it is applying because that is a hook actually. So means instead of directly starting, if you ask some question, everyone actually think, and then you'll get a connection from there, like everyone concentrate there. So see this, how many people you believe you are special? Raise your hand. So this is how actually the live webinars, live, the like whatever the speeches. So the question is what? How many of you believe you are special? Raise your hand. Everyone actually listen and then they'll raise hand because everyone think they are special. So if you prepare your own kind of motivational speech, do you think you write this type of thing? No, right? See how this person is doing. It provided that exactly. Now listen to me very carefully. You are not here by accident. You are not ordinary. You are not just another student. You are powerful beyond your imagination. So this is a very beautiful motivation first. So kind of thing. So that is a basically what first attraction, and then how the people, the audience, converting into their speech, and then story hook. You can see they start with some story, then again, and then they start with something. So it provided everything now. You no need Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, if you plan for 5 minutes, they may charge millions generally. So that guy is more, you know, like a commercial thing, right? So you can use this AI tool now. You can simply create the same version here. Are you guys following me or not? So you just mention what famous personality and then if you want to learn based on that, and then you can see. So how this ChatGPT knows about this? Like maybe it actually checks the YouTube, it will check the blogs and websites, it will check everything, every data, and then from there it will collect it. So if you are in social media, and if your presence is there in YouTube or something, websites and all, even you can use your name, act like. So for example, see, if I ask act like Babu, it will not come. But if I ask act like Perl Babu, and then tell me what is Python, it will give you based on my style. Maybe it will go and read somewhere, and then it will give you Telugu style journal. So you can see it just checks somewhere and then giving that one by one here. So it's actually like, again, it is reading somewhere the complete thing and then giving it. But if the name is not available, it will not give, it will just say that who is that and then give me some more idea. Means, is there anything like the details about that person like that? So this is how you can just use act like that person name. That is a persona base, we call it as. We will discuss in detail about this prompting. So tell me now, is this promptings techniques important or not? Tell me now. So whatever, we just only explored two different prompts now. Is it important or not? Important means just type I in the chat box. Yeah, just type I in the chat box if it is important. Yeah. So that's the reason. First, we'll try to understand prompting techniques in the next session, and then we will start working with the tools one by one. Okay. So any questions now? Anyone? Whatever we covered. So task I provided already. You have to create an elevator pitch using with the PPF, and then just copy paste that in our WhatsApp group. So I hope everyone on the WhatsApp group. If anyone not, just text me directly. If anyone not in WhatsApp group, just text me, DM in WhatsApp. Okay, I'll add. Yeah. So that's all then for today. If no questions, we'll wind up and then we'll continue next weekend. And Python, we have regular session from tomorrow. So timings, I hope you have idea, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'm going to change that 6:30 a.m. So, but tomorrow it will be 7 a.m. only. You can join there as well. So that's all then. Thank you all. Have a great day. We'll stop today.